Let's try that one more time. So in our last stretch, we are just under 12 hours remaining of the 64. You all present watching this live or through the stream, you have made it. You've made it this far. It's pretty impressive. I see some dark circles in the mirror and also on your faces. So we're gonna shift gears from our workshops in different tools you can use for your current hack and change to some future planning. So what you can do if you win the hackathon. So my workshop is titled Entrepeneuros shit. Because entrepreneurship is a fun buzzword that's thrown around everywhere, and we mash it together with neuroscience and shit. So who am I? I'm Eden Redman, Executive Director, CEO at NAT, the nonprofit section. And I'm currently enrolled in a master's at McGill University in Montreal in their integrated program in neuroscience. So it was quite a nice break to fly back to my homeland to come watch you all hack. So in talking about what you can do if you win, we are going to cover the prizes, what the prizes are, how you can leverage them, and then the few requirements for receiving your prizes, as well as additional opportunities. And I guess I am making the assumption that some teams in the room will win. Perhaps that's not the case, but I think there's a good chance. Oh, I saw some pouts in the audience, sorry. All right, so our seed funding is in the form of monetary prizes that are project specific. So we allot the winners between $2,000 and $500. And so that's to be put towards furthering your project. And so those are dispersed quarterly in the form of reimbursements for pre-approved expenses. And again, it's towards the future development of your winning project. And the award money will be held up to 9 months after the winning teams are announced and doled out in installments. And those installments are based around submitting quarterly development reports. And in addition to seed funding, we also have a range of in-kind services that have been kindly offered by a range of partners that we've formed to support the future development of natHACKS winning teams. So we have legal services. One of them is a nonprofit that started here, also at the U of A, just like NeurAlbertaTech. And so it's a team of students and lawyers, and they are able to give legal drafts as well as some legal guidance. We also have Parley McLaws. They've been quite pivotal in supporting this year's updated hardware lending, quite a bit easier than last year's. as well as providing our problem provider teams with IP templates. And so we know they're solid, and they are also available to help you in the months after. And so that could be anything from incorporating, better understanding your IP needs, and so on. They actually hosted a workshop, which you can see a recording on NAT Portal. We are also supporting winners in partnership with Isaac to offer AI ML cloud support. So if you're limited in your current hardware capabilities, if you don't have the latest GPUs and TPUs, you can leverage these, I believe, for up to a year. And this will be particularly important if your prototype, if beyond your prototype you're looking at increasing the amount of data you're utilizing, and you need to run complex algorithms. You can offload that from your very tired laptops. Yep, and then we also have some business consultation provided by Campus Alberta Neuroscience. They've done that in previous years and have been helpful in directing teams towards commercialization and just better understanding the neurotech ecosystem in Alberta. And they are also our presenting sponsor this year. And lastly, for in-kind services, we have infrastructure support in the cities where all in-person hacking is taking place. So at the U of A, there's support from eHub. So that's an organization that focuses on fostering entrepreneurship on the U of A campus. And they have a space in Hub, as per their name. Then in Calgary, we have the Life Science Innovation Hub, and down in Lethbridge, the new Agility Center. And so that fully encompasses the prizes. We'll actually have some physical prizes here in Edmonton as well. Those aren't particularly helpful in further developing your project, but nice little add-ons. So the next piece is weekly, dev plans and reports. So when you win, you have a couple weeks to submit an initial future development plan, and we provide the templates for that. And from there, you can make your initial request for approval of future expenses. And the biggest thing is to just be able to give us receipts. We had one team last year that took a picture of a screenshot of a spreadsheet, and that did not count as a receipt. Yeah. And then the quarterly development reports just allow us to check in, see how your project is developing, and see where we can supplement the in-kind services, perhaps enlist other partners that we have been able to tap into. Yes, and this is a graphic of the timeline. So we'll provide you all the templates by the 24th or the 25th. And then you have 2 full weeks to submit that initial application, and then you have quarterly milestones. And then there's quite a bit more, but I'll break it down into nice bite-sized chunks. So one direction you could take your project is immediately attempting to join an accelerator or related program. So if you're interested in going down the entrepreneurship rabbit hole, there are quite a few accelerators here in Alberta that within their cohorts take life science or related startups. And so yeah, it's strongly recommended if you are so inclined. So we have the Alberta Catalyzer, which is supported by multiple organizations throughout Alberta, and it's focused more provincially, whereas the Alberta Accelerator by 500 and Plug and Play are a little more towards fostering global connections. That said, all these organizations run multiple programs, sometimes concurrently. And so it's worth digging into doing a deep dive of your own into options. And then the next piece is being able to pitch, and if you're interested, fundraise. There's quite a range of local events that you can attend towards this end. So there's Discovery Lab that hosts events in Calgary and Edmonton, and they include a good mix of pitches, many of which are health and life sciences oriented. And then from Edmonton, we have Startup TNT that hosts weekly meetups, typically at bars, try to foster community in the local ecosystem. And then they host some really cool summits. And one reoccurring theme is the Life Sciences Summit, which is a good time. And then there's also Inventures. If you haven't heard about it, it's one of the big conferences in Alberta in the business space. And it's hosted by Alberta Innovates, one of our bigger supporters. It's a good time. It's a multi-day conference in the spring and offers a lot of good connections, and they also have pitch competitions throughout for a chance to win some funds and get your name out there. And interestingly, I've been there 3 of the 4 years it's been hosted, and from last year to this year, there was a very clear trend that me and the other NAT members who attended saw, which is substantially more neurotech companies either presenting or just there to make connections. So yeah, strongly recommend. They also typically provide really discounted tickets for students. So utilize your student status while you still have it. And then finally, and more directly, additional funding. So grants are usually a part of the startup life cycle, especially early on. So whether you're doing this just to learn or to actually establish a company or learn the inner workings of a startup, you're typically gonna need to keep the lights on and have some wind in your sails. So there's quite a few entities within Alberta that offer non-dilutive funding, meaning they don't take equity from your company. And each of the organizations listed here offer quite a range of non-dilutive funding options. All right. Any questions? I've seen some dead zombie stairs, so. Do you have a question? Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, and there's more pizza at the back for Edmonton hackers. Sorry, virtual people.